Today, I'm excited to be on The Business Renovator with you because you're going to see some things that maybe you already know about, but maybe you haven't thought about. Today's session is going to be talking about the process of thought. Before I do that, though, I want to jump into Customer Delight 365, authored and curated by my buddy, Brian Monahan. I picked this one today because the process of thought is the theme I'm keeping. It says from Mother Teresa, kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. Now, I remind of a bit of a story in terms of the military. I think it was a U.S. General, maybe even a colonel, said it takes 100 attaboys to build anybody up and only one aw shit to tear them down. So in terms of what Mother Teresa was talking about, kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. You can say something once to somebody, and if they give sanction to what you say because you're in a position of higher authority, that could echo with them for a lifetime. How do I know that? Well, I wasn't the nicest student probably going through school. I had some angry moments and testing the boundaries of authority. So I probably wasn't very delightful in the eyes of the teachers. But there was a couple of teachers that, according to them, I wouldn't amount to anything. I was a waste of space, essentially, is what they were saying. And I'm pretty much over most of those, but every once in a while, that voice from one or two of those teachers shows up. See, a higher authority to a 7-year-old could be a 9-year-old or 10-year-old brother or sister, saying things that are not building them up, but tearing them down. So the echoes of what we say can go on forever. Now let's have a look and see what Brian has to say. Brian's take is, unfortunately, the same is true for less than kind words or service. What kind of echo will you choose for your customer's eternity? Disappointment or delight? Keep that in mind. My buddy Brian's a pretty thoughtful individual. So I was experimenting yesterday evening, and on a couple of other occasions. The tool that I use to provide these live streams doesn't have a drawing program, or at least if it does, I haven't found it yet. And why that's important is in some of the apps that I've used in the past to actually draw things out, because I love to draw. Not that I'm an artist, but to draw an image of what I'm thinking about. I have an iPad and I have the pencil, and it works really, really well. I just haven't found a way yet to connect it to this particular app. I'm using StreamYard, and that's about the only knock I have on it. Other than that, I think it's a pretty cool tool. Having said that, what I was going to talk about today in the thought process, and it's not everything. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. It's just my interest and things I've studied and read along the way and applied in my own life. I'm at a place in my career and in my life where I've pushed myself into some bigger challenges, and some of it's kind of stretching the comfort zone. So what can we do to move past where we are today? And I've been looking for resources that I have to remind myself of what I could do to make the shifts. So process of thought is one of them. If you can imagine 3 circles created in a triangle, and there's an overlap of the conscious to the subconscious mind, and from the conscious to the creative subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is where things we perceive show up. We associate things using the conscious mind, and we also evaluate things. Like, have we seen anything like this before? If you've ever been in a relationship that didn't work out, you might be comparing the future relationship based on your past experiences. And that could be good, that could be bad. It just depends on how you perceive that. And then in the conscious mind also is the decisive mind. It's the mind that makes the decisions. The subconscious mind stores the information, all of the history that we've had from all five senses. There's a stick person that I could like to draw, but if you can imagine a basketball up here, and then underneath that is a golf ball. And the upper part, the basketball, is divided with a horizontal line, which creates the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So the top part of the basketball is the conscious mind, and the bottom half is the subconscious mind. We have these antennae for all of our senses, all five of them. And all of that information from the time we were born, so they say about 7, we're like a sponge or like a funnel. Everything goes in there into our subconscious mind. It doesn't get filtered out. And everything is there. Sometimes this might be a little bit difficult to recall, but all of our experiences are there. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you. Every once in a while, it doesn't happen so much now because we have unleaded gas in our tanks. But when I was a young kid living in England, and I don't even know exactly what part of England I was in, it doesn't really matter. All I remember was a red MGB. A fellow was working on his car, doing some work on his engine, I'm assuming. But that image can become really vivid if I get the exhaust of the engine running and with a leaded gas engine. And there's a sweetness to it. I know it's kind of weird, but there's a sweetness to it. And when I get that fragrance, I'm instantly put back into that state. So that's one way to recall things. So that's all in our subconscious mind. Now, there's another mind called the creative subconscious mind. This is the one that it maintains our sanity. So if we're a smoker, which I'm not anymore, but I used to be. Now I'm a member of SA, Smokers Anonymous, and I've done really well. I haven't smoked for probably a decade. So the creative subconscious maintains our sanity. So if you were a smoker and we're trying to change, your creative subconscious mind's job is to maintain our sanity for us. So if you're a smoker and that's what you see yourself as, if that's the habit of who you are, if you try to stop smoking, one of the reasons why it's hard is the creative subconscious is doing its job. It's maintaining your sanity for you. It also creates the drive and energy to solve the problems and challenges you face. So one of the things I do in the coaching space, and I pointed up to my info because you can go and find content about what I've done from coachhill.ca on my blog post, and there's a number of other free bits of information in there as well. But all of us do this. We think about where we are today, what's our current reality, what's our current situation, how do we perceive that, and then what is it we would like to move towards to. And that's why the significance of setting goals is such a powerful tool, because what you want to do is have something to look forward to. I was just on a live stream as a visitor watching Jeffrey Gitomer. And one of the things I posted in there was, if we want to change our thinking or keep our thinking in the right frame of mind, there's 3 things you can do. There's more than 3, but there's 3 things that you can do on a regular basis, daily, twice a day is a good idea. And that is to come up with 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. This is early in the day. And then something I was taught was whiffles. It's not a waffle that you eat, it's a whiffle. Whiffles, what I feel like sharing. So that's basically, what have you done, helped, or learned that you're proud of? It's an opportunity to give yourself credit for things that you've done, achieved, and accomplished, and helping others do the same thing. Maybe that's one of the things. Because we go through our lives way too quickly and way too lightly in terms of giving credit to ourselves for overcoming and learning and achieving some things. We take ourselves for granted far too often. So that's the second part. And the third part is, what are you looking forward to? And what are you looking forward to could be short-term, long-term, or mid-term. And then what you're looking forward to is actually goal setting. So if you're looking forward to something with excitement and enthusiasm, that's a good thing. If you're looking forward to something with trepidation, that's not a good thing. Because all of this, what I've just said in the thought process, works both positively and negatively. So if you would like to live the life that you prefer, think about the things you'd love to do, what you really, really, really would love to do. So just to recap, we have three minds. We don't really, but in the diagram that I'm referencing, there's three circles, and the conscious is connected to the subconscious, and the conscious is connected to the creative subconscious mind in this diagram. So the conscious it associates, it perceives, it evaluates, and decides. The subconscious mind stores all the information that we've got through the five senses that we've collected, and this is collecting data all the time. It's where our habits are stored. Thoughts become our habits. The things we think about most of the time end up becoming our habits. I did a blog post on the 4 stages of learning, or the learning cycle. If you go to coachphil.ca and look for the tab that's called blogs, and look in the blog area, you will find what I'm talking about there. It's another 15 or 20 minute ditty on how to do that. So self-image and self-concept are part of the subconscious mind. That's how we see ourselves, how we believe we are and who we are. Right or wrong, it's our perception, because we act not in accordance to the truth as it is, but rather how we perceive it to be. And then to recap, the creative subconscious mind maintains sanity, creates a drive and energy, and resolves conflict. So that's a really simplified version of how the mind works in the thought process. The 3 different minds, 3 different elements of the mind. And what you can do is change your self-image, see how you see yourself, by setting goals, visualizing it, and feeling it as if it's already done. So why not think about 4 areas, like in a diamond map, and the 4 labels of that, instead of a wheel of life, which has many, many more spokes. I find that a simpler way to get this going for you is to create a diamond. And ideally, the diamond would be equal tangents and facets. So the 4 labels for the diamond would be from 0 to 10 on both axes, on all axes, not both, there's 4 of them. From 0 to 10 going down would be health and fitness. To the west side of the compass, if we were using a compass for visualizing, would be relationships, both personal and professional. And adjacent to that, on the east side axis, would be your career. What you want to do with your career? What are you doing with your career? And then the top one would be your financial goals. What you can do is check in with yourself and go from 0 to 10 on each one of the axes and decide where you are right now. What's your current reality? Make a check mark there, or an X or a circle on each one of them, and then connect the dots to see what shape your diamond map is looking like. Is it perfect? Is there room for growth and improvement? Nobody's going to judge this. It's certainly only yours, and it's subjective. Then the second part of the diamond is that you would like to look at where you would like to be ideally. Do you want to be a 9, a 10? Do you want to move it 1 or 2 from a 3 to a 5? Where do you need to be? Where do you want to be? And when you've done that, it's the gap between your current reality and where you would ideally like to be. And when you set the ideal where you'd like to be, make it something that you really, really, really want, not something that, be nice, because there won't be enough energy or creative juices generated by the creative subconscious mind to solve the problem for us. So see yourself at your future best. Even though you're not anywhere near it, just see yourself there on a consistent basis. Now, if you go back to the 3 steps of gratitude, a win that you've had, and what are you looking forward to, and use this in the diamond map to check in with yourself to where are you currently today, it will turn on the juices, because I'm going to challenge you to come up with 3 to 5 goals in each one of the quadrants. And by doing that, you'll have everything in place to help get you moving and shifting in your personal and professional lives. That's a quick rundown of the thought process. If you're looking for more information, or if you have a question that I haven't addressed on any one of these business renovators, be sure to send me a note to let me know that you'd be interested in having something addressed or talked about. And if I don't know anything about it, I can find somebody in the network of other coaches and experts I have that are willing and able to help people like you get to where it is you want to get to. So the business renovators, where we do this daily usually, unless there's something that gets in the way for me, like tomorrow is a conference, so I won't be here at the normal time. And yeah, Phil at coachphil.ca is my email, and the website is great free content there. And yeah, that's it for me today. I look forward to your comments, your feedback, and sharing this out with other people. Oh, somebody just popped in. Litvak, do I have a download worksheet or what you're talking about? You know, I believe I do. I have your email address. I can send it. I don't have a download, but I have an emailable piece that I can send to you, my friend. Happy to do that. Not all of it's in there, but the diamond map part will be there. Hey, there's my buddy Ron Goodwin. We had an interesting chat this morning. It was very interesting. And he sent me something to read. So I'm going to read that and find out about somebody we both follow. And Ron, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a friend. Sean, really enjoyed the conversation we had yesterday. And you should have received an email from me with some info for you to take a look at. And I will get you some stuff, Sean, and you can go through that to your heart's content. Thanks, guys. See you next week.